here is our 2020 makeup tutorial. We have our lovely Kelsey modeling for us. So we already have a base foundation on her, and so we're gonna jump right into the contouring part. So you're gonna take your 3 steps to sculpt NYX as part of your kit last year and this year. I do have a couple extra if you find yourself without this. And we are gonna take the darker of the 3 colors, and we are going to, I like to pinch my brush, dab it in the dark. She's gonna turn her head, she's gonna give me kissy lips. We're gonna draw a line right underneath her cheekbone and right up against her forehead, down to blend the 2 together. Perfect. And kind of make sure it's not a strict line, you wanna just blend it all in. Then you take your lightest color and we're gonna go underneath all of that to make it a more natural look. Wrap it all the way down and around their chins. Next, we're gonna take the Away We Glow blush that was either in your kit from last year or this year. Again, I have more coming in the mail if you need some, or if yours is shattered or can't find it or whatever. And we're gonna get all the colors. She's gonna give me some cheeks. We're gonna circle and then we're gonna pull back. Circle, pull back. So you should be layered right above that brown line that we started with. And then, last but not least, we're gonna take the shimmery color from your contour palette, and we are actually gonna start underneath their eye by their nose, and we're gonna sweep all the way across. Underneath their eyes by their nose, all the way across. That should layer on top of your blush. Then I like to take it, turn them, and then just give it a good old blend all together to make sure there's no super duper obvious lines. And then we'll do the other side. Perfect. Perfect. So now that we've got our face evened out, we are going to do some eyeshadow. So we can take any kind of concealer or eyeshadow base. Okay, if I use this, perfect. And you're just gonna put a little bit on the eyelid to make sure it stays on when they're sweating. So we're gonna close your eyes, sweetie. Perfect. So go with something nude. You can even just use the same foundation that you used on their face before you got started. Then, if you have last year's palette, they're the exact same palette, but they decided to get all confusing on us and switch the shapes. So if you are in last year's palette, you're still gonna use your bronzy color to get started. If you have a new palette from this year, that is gonna be your center square. Either one is same color. So we're gonna get started with this. This is gonna be your entire eyelid. So you're gonna start with this color over the whole eyelid. We're gonna start from the inside and work our way out. Nothing too crazy or scary. If you make a mistake, nothing, a little makeup wipe won't take off. There we go. That's layer number 1. Easy as that. If you're working with last year's palette, your second color is going to be 2 down from your bronze. If you're working with this year's new palette, that same color is all the way on the end. So we're gonna take that color and this spot right here around the edge of their eyelid, you're just gonna pat it in there. So we're not gonna get crazy with the wig or anything, you're just gonna pat the corner of their eyelid with a little darker color with them being on stage, they can get washed out really easily. So you want to make sure that they have some layering to their eyeshadow. Next, you're going to take the darker, pinkier color, or in this palette, you are right next to the color you started with. Same color. This one's going to go in the middle of her lid. Literally just pat it on there, and then brushed along the top. Middle, brushed along the top. And then last, in this year, last year's palette, is the lightest color. The new palette has 2 light colors, so be sure to use the matte, not the shine, because you don't want too much shine next to their nose. So we're gonna take that matte color, and we're just gonna go right inside where her nose and eye meet. And then we're just gonna fan it out. There we go. Then the next layer you're gonna do is eyeliner. This you can either have from your kit, or if you have a black eyeliner that you prefer, you can do that as well. So the eyeliner from your kit is gonna be the e.l.f. brand. She's gonna go ahead and close her eyes, the waterproof eyeliner, gel eyeliner. So I like to pull taut so you don't get thick lines, and then just run across their lash line. Like that. And then this year, we're not making a certain type of eyelash mandatory. I do believe these are the ones from last year's kit. I know some of you want to try magnetic, totally fine. I personally use the magnetic Moxie lashes with the magnetic liner and the lashes. So you would just use their black magnetic liner instead of your e.l.f. liner. Or you can get something that you feel looks best on your dancer. We just ask nothing with rhinestones or any color to it, just black full eyelashes. And that will be your final step to your makeup for your eyes. Then you're gonna do the last step, which is your lip. You should have your NYX Soft Matte Metallic Lip Cream Madrid color, and I do have more of those in stock if you need to purchase one. And open up. And we're just gonna put that right on. So I know this seems like a really dark color, but when they're on stage, they need something to pop to really make those facials stand out. Go ahead and rub together for me, Kels. Perfect. So that is your 2020 makeup tutorial. Okay, so this is Tribe 2's Jazz. They're gonna do a high pony for this routine. We are going to start by making sure that everything is slicked back and that we're just gathering on the top of their head. Then once we've got everything gathered on top of their head, don't worry about if there's lots of bumps or anything. You're just gonna take your hairspray. I recommend the Got To Be Glued. At any Ulta or drugstore you can find this, it's super reasonable. And we're just gonna spray and start working those bumps out on the way up. I like to start from the base of the neck and then work our way up. You wanna make sure that you get all the flyaways, all the bumps, make sure there's not any space between the head and the hair. It's nice and taut. If your dancer has layers or really thin hair that you struggle to keep up without flyaways, or up in general, try using a gel of some sort of your choice, but just make sure it's not so gel that you can't get it out into another hairstyle. So now that we've got everything up on top of her head and we're pretty bump free, I'm gonna do another spray and I'm gonna slick with my hand. And then we're going to run the comb through it as well. Oopsie, sorry. Next, we're going to take hair ties that are the same color as your dancer's hair, and we're going to use 2 to make sure that this doesn't go anywhere with it being a jazz routine. They're moving around a lot, so we want to make sure it stays nice and tight. We want to make sure it stays on top of their head. We don't want the ponytail to start sinking down as they're performing. So we're going to use 2, make sure things are nice and secure. Pull from the base of the ponytail up to get a bump-free, nice tight look. Next, the kiddos should have brought home their rhinestone ponytail clip. We're gonna put the rhinestones in the front, fingers in the middle of it, and then pull that strap behind it. And then we're gonna wrap it around a couple times to make sure it stays nice and tight. Then we're gonna push the ponytail down into the rhinestone part so we can't see it. And then another base pull. Next, we're gonna brush through our ponytail, make sure we've got all the bumps or kinks out. If your dancer has wavy hair, just throw a straightener through it quick. It shouldn't take very long. Then lastly, to try to avoid it from getting stuck in any earrings or hair accessories or costumes, we're gonna just spray the ponytail, top and bottom, and then we're gonna just run our hand through it to make sure it stays gathered. It's okay if that does happen on stage, but we're just trying to avoid it from happening by giving it a little spray. So, she's got her high ponytail slicked with the rhinestone ponytail holder. She's got her earrings on, her costume, her tights, and her half shoes. So Addie, go ahead and stand up and show us the full Tribe 2 jazz look. Okay, so this is Tribe 2 Lyrical. We're gonna be going from a high pony to a low pony, so we're just gonna pull those ponytails out, sorry dear. And we're gonna start by just brushing everything out to make it nice and smooth and easy to work with. This kind of breaks up the hairspray or breaks up the gel or whatever you've been using to try to keep things nice and slicked. And just easy way to start this. Sorry, maybe that's a harsh one. Okay. So next, we're gonna start by creating their part. So you wanna make sure that you find the center of their nose or close to it or wherever their natural center part is. If it's a little to the right or a little to the left, not the end of the world. We just wanna make sure it's semi-center. We wanna make sure it's semi-straight. I did not do a very good job. My coffee shakes are getting to me, which I'm sure all you moms will have that day. Okay, so once you find your part, before you even start messing with the ponytail, we wanna make sure that the part is gonna stay where we put it. So we're gonna spray it first. We're gonna redefine it and really smooth it out. Let that hairspray harden a little bit, so that way we know where our part is and it doesn't get lost when we try to put the ponytail in. Then some dancers have a really weird thing where the tops of their ears have to be covered when we do low ponytails, and some of them want it behind their ears. Addie, do you prefer one or the other? Beautiful, so I'm gonna go behind the ears because it's a cleaner, easier look. If you do go over top at the top of the ears like so, just make sure it's still tight and a clean, slick look. I know some of them are like, I look like a boy, that's behind my ears. I don't think it's true, but some of them have a weird thing. So once you've got it all brushed out, your hair brushed out really nicely. She's got naturally straight hair, but if they don't, you may have to throw a straightener through it quick. We're gonna spray it and just smooth out all the flyaways to make it easy peasy to make a low ponytail. Then we're gonna take the comb and we're just gonna start gathering behind your ear, slicking it back on both sides. So, then once you've got them at the base of the neck, we're going to spray and slick with a comb. Make sure everything's together. Again, if you need to use gel, feel free to. We're going to get those flyaways at the very top. Close your eyes, dear. And we're just going to go, whoop, we're just going to slick all the way down. And I like to use my hand. I like to spray and then just slick with my hand to make sure we get all those little guys, like so. Then once you've got it all nice and smooth, nice and slick, got a little bit of firmness there, you're gonna take your matching hair ties. That was poor playing on my part. Make sure they're similar color to their hair because there won't be anything over top of them for this one. And you're gonna take, oop, I just threw one at you. There we go. You're gonna take your first one, you're gonna slick down, grab your ponytail, make sure it's nice and close to the base of their neck. Keep it nice and tight. Pull it taut. I'm gonna take my second one that I dropped. Reinforce with it just to make sure nothing goes anywhere. You don't want them to feel like their hair is coming out while they're trying to focus on their dance and their stage presence. Pull it nice and tight. I'm gonna brush out the ponytail like we did for the high pony. And then I'm gonna spray it. Both top and bottom. Then this year you've got a rhinestone applique that you'll be receiving in class next week if you don't have yours yet. And you've got 2 alligator clips on the back. So you're gonna pinch open those alligator clips. You're gonna start diagonally. If you're behind the dancer, it's gonna go on their left side diagonally. So we're gonna push those alligator clips down towards their left shoulder. I'm gonna start in the middle with both my alligator clips, and then I'm just gonna push in until it's all the way taut and stretched out. Feels nice and tight, Miss Addie? So it's at the base of her neck, comes up and over by her ponytail at a diagonal slant, with the middle being on this edge. So she's got her rhinestone applique, she's got her slick low ponytail, she's got her earrings and her blue leotard with her tan tights and her half shoes. Go ahead and show us the full look, Miss Addie. Try to lyrical. Okay, so this is the try to hip hop tutorial. So if they are lucky enough to be coming from jazz to hip hop, if we're lucky enough, they will get to keep their high ponytail and just take out their rhinestone ponytail holder. So that's where it becomes even more important that we're using matching materials for our ponytails. So we're gonna just take that sucker out. And if they're dancing nice and hard and full out, which I know they all will, we're gonna need to re-slick. So we're gonna spray and just slick back with the hand. If you need to slick with a comb and then readjust the hair ties, that's totally fine too. We're gonna slick everything. We're gonna keep our earrings in. Perfect. And then we're gonna rebrush the ponytail. And if you need to re-gel anything, then now's the time to do it too. We're gonna spray and slick it through our hands. So, in addition to the slicked high ponytail, no hair accessories, she's got her earrings in, she's got a black sports bra of her choice on with no writing on the front of it, so that way it doesn't show through the windbreaker. She's got her black leggings that came with the costume, her white tennis shoes, and with her white tennis shoes, we're gonna put your feet up, Addie, so we can see it. So, they come laced up as so, and we're gonna lace them, we're gonna tie them behind the tongue, hide the shoelaces, and then straighten out the tongue, so that way the kids don't really care for the ties in the front, so we're gonna avoid that and tie it behind the tongue. She's got no show socks on, so we can't see them, but then she's not gonna get any blisters or any kind of sores or cuts from wearing her shoes without socks. And go ahead and stand up and show us the full hip hop look for Tribe 2.